Can I burn?
Yeah.
Beautiful. All the time there's no mic connected. There clearly is.
Welcome, everyone. The land of Thylia. An ancient land of great bounty and ancient splendor. Brawling ruins, glittering lagoons, and massive statues dot the landscape. Great beasts wander her plains, and fey creatures haunt her woods. Centaur tribes war for control on the steppes, and reptilian savages battle across her islands. At the heart of the archipelago sits the mother goddess in the form of a colossal world tree watching over her creation. She is named Thylia, and the land was named after her, although her original goddess name has been lost to the annals of history. In ancient days, the children of Thylia, the Titans, Sidon Lutheria, were worshipped by the native primal beings of these lands, with any mortals who managed to travel here eking out a small living in defenseless tribes scattered throughout the land. That is, until the arrival of the Dragon Lords, an order of heroic dragon-riding mortals who came to Thylia 5 centuries ago. They initiated the First War of the Titans, defeating their armies. However, they themselves suffered massive losses during the conflict. When all seemed but lost as the numbers of the Dragon Lords waned, the mortals were saved by the gracious appearance of the 5 gods, walking the land in mortal guise. And with their assistance, they forced the Titans into a temporary truce, the Oath of Peace. The Oath of Peace decreed that no open warfare be committed between mortals and the clans of the Titans for 500 years. However, as we begin our tale, the clock is ticking as the end of the Oath of Peace draws near, and soothsayers and prophets the land over have started predicting the end of days, the doom of Thylia. However, amongst the ruckus, murmurings have begun arising about some way to curb the doom, that heroes of legend and might may rise up against the wrath of the Titans. And as we pan across this great archipelago, over the Cerulean Gulf, past the unending thicket of the Old Woods, and into the heartlands, we rest, due east of the city of Astoria. And here, in an unassuming lodge named the Sour Vintage, is where our adventure begins. And now I'm going to roll to see which one of you I introduce first.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
God.
Chaos.
As we pan into the Sour Vintage, on a late afternoon, clear skies, and a quiet day, not many travelers coming by, we pan into the Vintage. A moderate amount of people sitting inside, rousing and talking of their travels and their wares. And we find our first adventurer doing as they're likes to do, having a drink. Finn, would you like to please describe your character?
Oh no, it's Finn.
Fuck. I was literally like, dumping me. Yeah, okay. Wait, so like, am I like talking to the camera or something?
Yeah,
No, just kind of just description.
Like in The Office.
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh my god, I'm getting warm now. Okay. Truth.
I did like this. I don't. This isn't going to be your character voice, so this is just you describing Juno.
Okay.
We're new at this.
Shit, okay. Okay.
I am throwing this at you. So.
Yeah. So I'm Juno. Hello. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it in the accent anyway. I don't care. All right. I'm Juno.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
I'm a paladin, lawful good. I originate from the Mithril Mountains. I'm a satyr. I'm 5 foot. My pronouns are they, them. I worship the goddess of Alice. Good woman.
So good.
I'm exactly 5 inches, which is pretty average for a satyr.
I mean,
What?
You mean 5 foot?
So small.
Sorry.
Shut up! That's a perfectly acceptable height.
I'm 5 feet. The voices in my head corrected me. Thank you for that. Okay. I'm proficient with my scimitar. Also a lovely gal. A lovely girl.
does she talk?
Well, no, you know how
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Whatever. Also the shield, my trusty chainmail, my great club, which is very great. I'll have you know, it's not just a name. I've also got a holy symbol and an explorer pack. If anybody needs something from the explorer pack, just let me know. It's chock-a-block. I'm also proficient in all armor, just so you know.
Thanks, Finn. I think
Wait, just one more thing. But also, I tend not to wear armor because I'm a satyr, and I like to go all natural because that's socially acceptable.
Oh.
But don't worry, not to the extent that I'll make you uncomfortable.
You don't know that.
I love this so much.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, one more thing. I'm also languages. I can speak Common, I can speak Sylvan, I can speak Elvish, and I can speak Dwarven.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. Very impressive, is it not? I'm bloody good at those languages, and I will. I'm a bit of a drongo.
okay.
But I'll let you figure that out as we embark on our adventures together through the wilds, through the archipelago.
Oh my God.
Thank you for that.
My pleasure.
That was so good.
As we move from our newly acquainted furry friend, who is both nursing a drink and rifling through their inventory at the bar. For our second, we move back out the door, just over the cresting hill, up the road, as from the direction of the sun, silhouetting them behind their back, a large looming figure approaches, trundling along beside them a carriage and a mule. Eric, would you please describe your character?
Definitely a big man. So who you're all here for? The mule. Pretty standard mule. There's definitely pretty nothing going on back there. Wagon loaded full of stuff. So he's 8 foot tall, excluding the horns. He's a big, broad dude in lots of various shades of pink armor. It's all like engraved with like birds and flowers and different rolling symbols, with some even like metal appliques of birds and hearts and the stuff. Like he's very like flashy. He's a lot of like heart garlands going all around, like his large like Warhammer maul that he has on his back and around his horns, and he's a cute little heart shaped like nose ring that has a little heart pendant on it, and and like a pearl necklace. So he's I should mention, he's a Minotaur, so he's like the head of like a bull, and then like large shoulders, and then he's got like they're furry, but he has hands, and then like lower on the body it gets more human, and he's definitely wearing pants and like large thigh-high boots, very flashy, but also very demure. And when he's walking up to get to the Sour Vintage, he's like checking his finances real quick and trying to like, and then when he gets in there, he's gonna go to the bar and start eyeing up bottles of wine and trying to price out how much he can afford on his budget.
Excellent.
Like you being my cousin.
So as jury comes,
I'm parking the mule out back.
as jury comes down the road and begins mooring up their mule, we pan just off to the right, over towards the south road. Coming the opposite direction is a lone traveler who might have taken a few detours to get here, but ended up here in the end. Louise, would you like to introduce your character?
I will indeed. This is Nafel. He is a he's a nymph. He's a Ore nymph. The first thing you notice about him, handsome as all hell. He's got a clean face, strong jaw, strong nose, little tight curly hair. He's got a deep, like tallow blue skin. And like freckles on his skin are little like constellations that are just covering his entire body. He is kind of, while he's walking, he kind of stops for a minute here and there and like looks up, looks at the sun, the sky, and kind of looks in position, like kind of sighs wistfully, and then remembers himself and looks around, tries to remember which way he was going, and then remembers, and then continues on. His armor's a little mismatched. It looks like it's from a couple different sets of armor. His sandals are from two completely different, like they're just two completely different types of shoes. Even like his arrows seem to be like all different ages and like at different stages of wear and tear. But he seems deeply calm and content with his situation as he wanders up. Yes, that's all I have to say.
So as we follow Jury and Nefel as they enter now the Sour Vintage, we move past where Juno was at the bar, just off into one of the lonelier corners of the bar, where we find someone who's keeping on their own, but trying to avoid at least the eye contact of, well, many of the male patrons of the bar. Rebecca, would you like to introduce your character?
I will indeed. 1 second now. If you would please go to your chats, I'm going to send you some beautiful artwork courtesy of our very own Louise.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And I'm just going to send you a playlist.
So if everyone could listen to that now, and we'll come back in.
So if you're interested at all,
Yes.
go.
Fuck yes.
This is like entrance music. Is it?
The first,
Oh my god, that's Atalanta's music!
So the first thing you notice about this lone woman is her poise. She sits very straight and she looks very content to sit by herself. And while she may at first glance look like she is relaxed, you can see, and you look closely, that she is very aware of everything that's going on in this room. there's an intensity in her gaze that makes you think twice about walking up to her. She is stunning. The kind of beauty that you could easily fall under its spell. But those eyes, they tell you that there is a danger lurking there. Her white hair reaches all the way down her back, her dark skin contrasting beautifully against it. You can see the way she's dressed, that she is a warrior and she has seen some battles. There you go. Yep.
And we pan
So good.
from Atalanta sitting on her own in one corner off to the next, where another one of her characters sits, less dominatingly alone and more enjoying her own sphere, tinkering with a curious piece of mechanics. Connor, would you like to introduce your character?
I would indeed. So the first thing that you notice about Opa is the pair of large black wings that shoot off from her shoulders. The second thing that you notice is that her face looks much like a human's face, bar what appears at first glance to be a Venetian mask, but upon closer inspection is in fact a real face. She has, in place of her nose and surrounding her eyes, a large tuft of feathers and a very avian beak. She is kitted out in a stola, and beside her is her large staff topped with a little crystal floating in the center of a half crescent. In front of her on the table is what appears to be a birdcage, and inside of it, a small mechanical canary. She is poring over her notes and trying to get a grip of exactly what this thing's purpose and origin is. Beside her is a small ferret.
Oh,
Love it so much.
I'm living for this. The accent's so good.
Yes, I think
Okay,
that's
good,
where
good.
she is. Just relaxing with Stella.
Oh, the name is Stella. Oh my god, love it. Awesome. And as we move now from Opa off in the corner, we stream back through the center of the tavern, which I forgot to mention is being lulled currently by music. It is currently being lulled by the sound of a zither, and as we pan up onto the stage, we find our final adventurer. Aisling, would you please like to introduce your character?
I very much would. I won't do the accent yet. Caliandra is on stage, playing her zither. Her bouzouki and her tambourine are nearby. And her head is poorly covered with a scarf, but is visibly wiggling, with a tiny furry head sticking out parts of it. She is not very well hiding that she is a Medusa, but a very strange Medusa at that. Because her head has furry worms instead of snakes.
How charming.
Louise is already here for it.
All of her instruments have colorful ribbons tied to them, which unfortunately match the hair and her woven belt. It's very aesthetic, but unfortunate because the hair is also involved.
Beautiful.
And that's Kelly.
Excellent. So, all of you here were sent various summons. All of you were sent various summons by a mysterious Kira to meet here at the Sour Vintage. Now, upon arrival, some of you may have inquired as to the whereabouts, as she claimed she was residing here. However, the bartender... Oh, I should have opened. The bartender, a large, broad, muscular woman named Atala, smiled politely and said, yes, Kira is here, but, well, she, since residing here, she's been treating all of our patrons to her wonderful poetry, and, well, she doesn't like to be disturbed or perturbed while she's preparing them. So she will be down shortly for her performance, and any business you have with her will be after. Calandra, you are currently on stage as it's kind of a free-for-all before Kira's performance in the late afternoon. So as you finish your set and leave the stage and take your own place, each of you spotting and noticing the various colorful cast of characters that have gathered here. Down from the steps walks a young woman, radiantly beautiful with flawless white skin and curls of jet black hair, topped upon it a golden wreath, and adorned in a stunningly white dress. She brings with her a what looks like a bow's quiver, but full of scrolls. And she gets up on the stage, and this is Kira. As she starts her regular evening entertainment of regaling poetry of ancient heroes and the tales of the First War and the Dragon Lords, and just all of these magnificent stories known Thilia over, enrapturing the audience in the tavern. And during the performance, all of you, and we're not going to start rolling things yet, this isn't going to be a perception check, but all of you notice that she clocks each and every one of you with eye contact mid-performance. So?
Nefel winks back.
When Nefel winks, she giggles a little. But continues on without missing a beat through her poetry. And after her set is done, and the rest of the patrons have been wooed and wowed galore, she comes off the stage, moves over to a far booth, and sits waitingly.
I have some business at the bar, if that is acceptable.
Yes, that is acceptable. So, Jerry, you approach the bar.
Excuse me, do you charge for parking?
No, it's a free for all. You know, we're a traveling bar. If we started charging for parking on a traveling roadside tavern, we'd never make any business. They'd build a place next door, and
you would be surprised. My second question is what would be your cheapest wine that does not come in a pitcher? One in perhaps some sort of bottle. Do you have any cheap bottled wine available?
Well, she looks. Atala looks behind her, and she turns back and. Well, if you're willing to stretch what the definition of wine is, I've got a bottle of something that can go for. Oh, a copper?
Oh, I will take 2.
Hey, you look like a hardy guy. I think so. So she pulls up 2 bottles, and you're not entirely sure if the consistency is murky or the bottle is murky, but you can't quite see through it. And he's like, "Tink, there you go."
Many thank you. I put one. I put one in my bag, and I keep holding the other one. And then I walk over to the booth.
Does anyone else have any business to attend to before approaching Kira?
No.
Nope.
Atlanta approaches Kira, or approaches the bartender. Yes. And leans. So she walks purposefully to the bar, leans against it, and is like, "You, who is that woman in the corner there?"
What, Kira? What else can be said about her? She's a bard of world renown. She came out from Mithras, and she said she wanted to stay here for a little while. And I'm not going to turn down the entertainment. It's bringing in traffic.
And on what authority would she be able to speak of destiny, pray tell?
Destiny? Oh, Lord. You got me. She claims she knows destiny, and she claims she knows lots of things. She's the one with the bag of scrolls. I don't know much about destiny. I don't know much about destiny. I just sell booze.
You are useless to me. And she turns around and walks straight towards Kira.
Atala just shrugs and you can't please them all. Anyone else?
I brushed my worms.
Okay. So, as you all make your way over to the booth, sit yourself down next to a cavalcade of strangers, Kira excitedly looks at all of you.
I put the wine on the table. I was like, "This is for you," as a thank you for your invitation. And I slide it over to her.
Oh, thank you very much. That's wonderful. Oh, thank you. And she pours herself a glass and starts kind of sniffing. Oh, quite a head on it. Anyway, of course. Sorry, don't mind to get distracted. Greetings. I am Kira, as many of you. There's many reasons why you might know that between the set and I truly hope you like the set and of course the summons. Yes. Now, I suppose there's no reason to beat around the bush.
No, please continue. You're wasting your time.
Oh, direct.
Fun.
I am here as an agent of the Oracle of Versi.
Is that so? Nafel
She believes that great destinies await all of you.
True.
However, great destinies, as you might know from the Tales of Heroes, demand great deeds.
Ain't that the way?
So, I suppose our first call of business. There is a wild, titanous, rampaging boar tearing up the heartlands, laying waste to the place, slaughtering everything in its path. Now, from what investigations could be gathered, it looks as if the boar has been corrupted by the Titans. So, and it's apparently, the soothsayers are saying that it was sent to punish the mortals of Thalia for their continued faith in the 5 gods. That's,
Say no more. I hate the fucking Titans.
Oh, that's nice. So, and you're not going to be the first people to try and hunt this boar, but it has, well, royally screwed up a lot of people trying to hunt it. And she kind of indicates over towards a particularly bent up group of lads sitting about a table over. So, well, let me put it this way: if you wish to win fame and fortune, as great heroes should, well, at first you have to prove to the people of Thylia that you are worth said fame and fortune.
I'm already
What-
famous.
So,
What if I desire something else?
well, many things can be garnered from fame and fortune.
Okay.
So, are we going on a boar hunt?
I guess so. I get my question would be so you're not a oracle yourself, no?
No. I am but a simple poet.
Pity. Oh well, that's a nice enough job, I suppose.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
wonderful.
I
I get
I'm
to
not
travel
really
the
picky.
heartlands and sprawl tales of ages and epics long past. It's quite a valued tradition, actually, I like to say.
No, it's
Atlanta,
impressive. It really is.
Atlanta looks around the table and is just like, well, before we leave, perhaps you could explain who these people are?
Oh, well, this is... Now, well... I need to explain, and I know it contradicts what I said in my letter. I don't actually quite know all of you. You were all deigned to me by the Oracle. She believes that you each have great potential.
Great destiny, perhaps.
But
Yes,
do you
Des-
have names, is my question.
I have a name.
Oh, well, that I do have. Well, I mean, I could introduce you. Would you? I suppose, would you mind if
And
I
Nefel
introduce
sticks
you,
out his
or-
hand and says, "Hi, I'm Nefel. Nice to meet you." Real nice.
Atlanta takes his hand and is like, nice to meet you. I'm Atlanta.
Charmed.
Hello, all. My name is Opa. I'm
All right,
a,
Opa.
I'm a
Sorry,
professor
continue.
of anthropology and philosophy out of the Academies of Mithras. And I was also summoned here, and it is nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too, Appa.
Nice to meet you.
Nefel goes to shake her hand as well.
I'll shake.
Also-
I'll shake their.
Nefel's gonna try and shake all your hands. Just let me know if you don't shake hands.
I shake it enthusiastically as well, like, oh, beauty, I love me a bit of philosophy.
Atlanta fully gives her a big old handshake and a little bit of a smile, and it's like, lovely to meet you.
You too, dear.
All right, Atlanta, I'm Juno. Let's take my hand out for her.
And she gingerly takes him and is like, charmed, I'm sure.
I sure am charmed to meet you. I'm
And she
Juno.
snatches
by
her
the
hand
way.
away and is like,
I'm Juno, by the way. I come from the Mithra Mountains. And I'm just trying to find my own way. And you came across my way, Kira, and pleasure to meet you and all these people.
It's a
fellow
wonderful pleasure to meet
wanderer.
you. It's a wonderful pleasure to meet you, Juno. The pleasure is all mine.
And mine myself.
Kellyandra.
Kelly, can I call you Kelly?
No.
Kelly Andra it is. I couldn't help but notice that your head's kind of wriggling, and it is mesmerizing.
That seems quite an impolite thing to mention.
No, I meant it as a compliment.
I've been cursed.
Oh,
I'd rather not
Oh.
speak of it.
sorry. I just thought it was kind of cool.
Look, they
I love it.
Yeah.
don't sit straight. They just wiggle about.
I find things that are straight to be kind of boring. I
Fair
don't know
enough.
about you.
Well,
I
Caliandra,
can
might I
turn my
just say
head
that
not
I
to
think.
wiggle.
Well, Caliandra, might I just say that I think your Sithar skills are beyond refutable. They are wonderful.
I
Are you
know.
a musician?
And I'm sorry for cutting across you, my good sir. And she reaches her hand out towards Jury. And please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Juri. I am for one of the temples of the five, and it is a pleasure to meet all of you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, Jury.
And a wonder. And as I said, my name is Kira. And now we're all introduced. Isn't this wonderful?
You're really keen to kill this boar, huh?
I swear to God, if anyone looks at me anytime anybody says boar, I'm gonna You will not be making eye contact right now, or I swear to God.
Oh, I'm just really
no.
excited. I'm just really excited to meet all of you. I'm just really excited for this adventure to start. I've been so I've been feeling knots in my stomach ever since the Oracle described this to me. I'm so excited. This is so exciting.
Did
So-
the article mention anything about untimely demise?
Well, no more than usual.
Okay, well,
So as it is, getting late, obviously it is inadvisable to go hunting a boar right now. So, well, I have also chaperoned us two local hunters to assist us in at least the tracking of the boar, just to help us get our handle on it. So we will be meeting them first thing at the break of dawn tomorrow morning for a long day of good sporting hunting. So you have the evenings. Rooms are on the house. I've sorted all
thank
that
you.
out for you.
really no need.
So I suppose spend the evening, get to know each other, take your time, take a rest. It's probably been quite a long journey for most of you, and we'll be ready for a fresh start tomorrow morning.
Okay.
That sounds quite
Cool.
wonderful.
Now, if you excuse me, I am positively exhausted from all of the excitement and the performance and, well, everything. So it's been a pleasure to meet all of you, and I will see you all first thing in the morning. If
You too, mate.
if you do require me, my room is the last on the left upstairs. Please do knock.
Pardon me.
Of course.
Just which rooms should we be staying in? It would
Oh,
be
yes,
quite
yes, yes,
untimely
yes,
for
yes,
us
yes.
to intrude.
Of course. It's the whole run of the left hand side. As I said, mine is the last on the left, but the six preceding are each booked for you on the first floor.
Thank you. Sleep
Pleasure
well.
and good evening. And Kira heads off upstairs. So you are all now left in the Sour Vintage. As I said, it's kind of a medium patronage. There's a few clumps of people kind of dotted around. There's the various kind of barred wait staff, and there is the roughed up bunch of hunters who are sitting off to the table next to you. So if you want to take a quick break now, take a quick 5.
Sure.
Okay.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna move us to intermission. And
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
chug, 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 chug.
No,
We're
I'm
back
carrying
on
it in.
anyway. Hello again.
Chug, 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 chug.
No,
We're
I'm
back
carrying
on
it in.
anyway.
So,
Oh, one moment.
You've
Hello
just-
again.
Chug, 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 chug.
I had Twitch unmuted in another stream, so that was playing back. So sorry about that. But yeah.
okay, so you've all just been filled in by Kira, and as mentioned, you have now the evening to revel with each other and a place to sleep. So, the floor is yours. What does everyone want to do?
I'm gonna take out my wine the bottle I got for myself, and I'm just gonna sort of gesture it towards. I'm gonna point it just sort of like generally at the table. It's like, would anyone like to toast before we start? Before
By the
we're
way-
tomorrow?
For the record,
Sounds good.
Kira didn't drink any of it and has left it on the table.
Oh, okay.
Ah, 2 bottles.
Wow.
She accepted it anyway, so I
It
got
counts.
It's the thought that counts.
none of you guys know it's garbage yet.
I'll drink.
That's true. I would be very happy to have a glass of it.
I will have to go and get some glasses first. Excuse me, pardon me, and I'm gonna try and very awkwardly make my way out of the table when I think I'm a lot bigger than all of you, and I think I got in. I went to go sit in kind of early, so I'm kind of wedged in here. So I'm saying, excuse me, pardon me, sorry. If
Just
you would
nothing to,
just
like,
let me out of the.
Over,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm trying
Wow,
really hard.
your armor is so detailed.
Uh,
I can really see it.
Yeah.
Here.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
Jury,
You're a very big man.
would you be able
Yes.
to get me a tinny?
I will get 6 glasses. Yes, of course.
A tinny by a tinny, I mean a beer.
Yes. I'm gonna look at my wallet again. Why, yes.
Oh no.
Frantically
okay,
looking through
Carlos.
Australian slang.
What's that? Yeah, no, they sell Fosters. Yeah, what's that? They sell Fosters in the Forgotten Realms.
But if you
I do
can't,
not.
if you can't buy me a tinny, I will cover you. No problem.
No, of course.
I think
This
if
is my
I'm-
treat. So I'm gonna go back up to the bar.
Oh, excellent. This will be very good. This will be very good for us to get to know each other. No, it's like they say, wine and children, they speak truth.
I choked that together.
So, Talis just sees you coming back up
Uh-huh.
because you're very big. He's like,
I think I'm like
I
walking
don't-
under like the like light feature, and I think I forgot to tuck my head down, and I knocked my horns off the chandelier, and I try and
Oh,
grab it
no,
really quick.
oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Dude,
so sorry.
don't even worry. No,
I
like,
don't-
It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. Don't tell me you want to come back for more of that stuff, because 2 bottles is a lot.
I was just holding one for a friend. May I have 6 wine glasses and 1 tinny, please?
10. Oh, the
I don't know. That one
yeah,
said.
the stadium.
I hope you would know what
Stadiers,
it would mean.
Stadiers come in asking for some weird shit. I think one of them came in a week ago looking for a Bombay Blast. Man, I gave him what I gave him. It seemed alright. I think I got something right here. So she pulls down, wipes down 6 glasses, hands them over to you. Just pulls out like.
May I have a tray? I can't carry these.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, actually, no, I'll send someone down with them. Don't worry. And she also pulls out just like what looks like an aluminum like tin can. Just kind of bottle like a bottle opens it. It's like, let's see, I think this. Yeah, it's mead. I just puts that down to the tray and
I believe
hey,
if it is
Adrian,
Foster's,
I'll get-
it is barely mead, but okay.
we don't sell that shit here, don't.
Frankly, you'd make more money selling peace. Okay, thank you so much. How much do I owe you?
Glasses are free as long as you return them, and the tin we'll call it a copper.
Oh, thank God. Thank you. I
It's a
give
copper so long as there's no lawsuit.
Yeah, I didn't buy it from you if anyone asks. And then I give her a second copper as a tip.
I mean, it's better than something. So she takes it.
And then I come back, and this time I'm just going to sit on the outside. I'm not going to try and go back in. I'm just going to sit there. Someone will be over soon with the drinks.
Very good.
And yeah, no, pretty much because she pretty much had the tray just ready to go when you were. Just this real just dude-looking dude just walks over. It's like, oh, yeah, that's so. I mean, I suppose glasses for everyone. And who ordered the tin?
I point at Juno. I don't want to be associated with this.
That was me, mate. Thanks a bunch.
Enjoy.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh, thanks, Jury.
Oh, bonjour.
You're welcome. He takes the tray and walks off.
And then I start. I put all the glasses together, and I start. I pour them all at the same time, like you do when you're pouring like a big tray of shots, but just with 6 wine glasses. And I'm pouring it like that. And then like I do like the 6 count pour for when you're doing doubles, but it's with wine, so it's a normal amount. And then I was like, okay. And then I sort of raise it to try and like get everyone to clink.
Hold
To
on.
new friends.
Oh man, you better believe it. 3 of those glasses have lumps in them.
Well,
Nefel notices
yeah,
and takes
Juno-
the glass of lumps and drinks it.
And Juno, you've just got beans.
Wait, what?
What?
Tala just, cracked open a tin. It was beans.
Oh no! This isn't a tinny. This is just a tinny of beans. What am I supposed to do with a tinny of beans?
Oh, it sounds delicious.
I mean,
Maybe you should,
I love
maybe you should
food.
eat
I
him.
love me some beans, but
perhaps you would like to try the wine instead.
yeah, sure. I'm up for new experiences.
You could try
You
it.
have not. Wait, I put my hand on your arm for a second. You haven't had wine before,
What was it?
or you haven't had alcohol
wine?
before.
Oh, I've had alcohol before.
Oh, okay, then never mind. It's fine. It's fine. Yes.
Connor, what was the roll
You've,
for?
Oh, I just wanted to check whether or not I noticed the lumps in the glasses,
Let's hang on.
and that's my perception check.
No, the lumps went to Nefel, Jury, and
I don't mind.
and Juno, yeah, with them beans.
No. Aside from the beans, the wine you got poured was lumpy.
It would appear that the gods favored are not in the beans' favor.
So for the record, who's drinking the wine?
Oh,
Hi.
Nefel's gonna drink the wine.
Juno.
Chunks and all.
Anyway.
I'm holding it up to my worms.
Oh, very cute.
Lovely.
Worms sniff it. Actually, we never discussed this, Aisling. Am I directing your worms, or are you directing your worms?
Oh lord.
I
You
think
have
that's
the
a
worm
combined
talk?
effort.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's so chaotic.
I'm gonna say in this instance, the worms do not drink the wine.
Can I be one of the worms at the back?
You may. We can all be a worm.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
That's a trust exercise.
We're stupid worms.
Okay, so everyone else is drinking the wine, yeah?
Atlanta
Yeah.
isn't.
Atlanta isn't cool. Everyone else give me con saving throws.
Of course.
Well,
no
hang on,
problem.
let me find a good
Well,
party worm
Constitution
gift.
saving throw.
Constitution saving
yeah.
throw. I love me a good Constitution saving throw.
16 for Nefel.
Cool.
That
I got
was
an 18. 18 for Juno.
That's
18 for Juno. I thought you said she wasn't drinking it.
Well, once the worm takes a sniff, she was okay with drinking it, but
Seems
Uh,
legit.
only 8 for Opa on the Constitution.
17 for jury.
same
So
rule,
the-
same rule.
But you know,
Poor Opa.
like in a weird twist of fate, the clear glasses Man, y'all with like lumps, you're really enjoying those chew. It's almost like a flavor release.
It's like
Oh,
bubble tea.
Lord.
Yeah.
It's kind of filtering it.
man.
Yeah, no, it's nice. This is classy.
Caliandra and Opa, y'all don't feel too good.
Oh,
I pass it back to the worms.
Oh, the worms are retreating backwards. Just
I'm just imagining Mike Wazowski's girlfriend in Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
As that's yeah.
But far more chaotic and with less control over their eyes.
Love it.
So yeah, you're sitting enjoying, those of you with heartier constitutions are getting through it. It tastes like trash. It's not good, but you feel fine. Callie and Opa, water would be nice right now.
Oh, that's
so
such a good gift.
I'm going to communicate with Stella, my familiar weasel, and I'm going to ask them to go and obtain and bring back to me a glass of water, which they will do because they always obey my command.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Hey,
That is
Connor.
the cutest thing
So
I've ever
Stella, can Stella I'm not actually familiar with the familiars. Can they communicate?
Yes.
Like in common?
What you call it?
No, I mean like with other people.
Oh no. No, they
Cool.
can't.
Okay.
I can communicate with Stella telepathically, and they'll also understand like my spoken word as well. But so they'll probably understand anything the rest of them say, but they won't be able to communicate back. They can just communicate to me.
Cool. Shit, it's after falling day. What is Stella again? A ferret?
A weasel.
Weasel. Alright, so this little kind of little fey weasel kind of skitters down with a little blue outline, just kind of skitters across the floor and up onto the bar, and just kind of indicates towards the tap, and Aitala is gonna make just a quick little
I thought you said ferret, Connor.
little goodie.
Hmm?
I'm following the weasel myself on foot to get myself water.
She kind of looks at the weasel, looks at the tap, and then looks over to Opa, who's just kind of going pale.
Oh no.
I should probably stop selling that wine. And it's like, I'll send Adrian over. He looks the weasel in the eyes, like, I'll send Adrian over with water. I just, and I suppose with that, then Stella just and just kind of scuttles back over.
Going to give them a little treat.
Oh.
No.
Nefel leans in top of it. That is a very charming and intelligent four-legged creature you have.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. I have had the services of my dear Stella here for some time.
Hmm.
They have been
How-
quite helpful.
That's how long have you guys been friends? Is friends the right word?
We have been familiar for for about 2 years now. I encountered a witch who along my travels. I have been on sabbatical from the academy at Mitras for some time now.
Yeah,
Get
wow.
out in the
Here.
world and go and experience it a bit more. I met this lovely young witch some years back who was able to summon creatures, and she was able to teach me sort of a mild adaptation that I might be able to perform myself. And since then, I have had the services of my dear Stella.
That is really cool. And does it this is a weird. Does it feel love?
Oh wow.
Well, I just think, you know.
Just for clarification, just for listening back to this, and also for Kev's thing, when you choose a familiar, you can make it a celestial, fae, or fiend, and I've chosen to make Stella celestial as the subtype for that. Whatchamacallit. So I would think so, but I would like to think so. Yes.
I feel like, and maybe listen, I'm just getting this feeling, but I'm kind of being like a prophet oracle myself, kind of. I feel like it does love you.
Aww.
Those are very kind words, Mr. Nugsfellow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So you've less of an antagonistic relationship with your ferret than I have with my worms.
Worms?
I should suppose so. Do you find difficulty when dealing with your worms?
I would very much like the worms gone.
Oh.
The worms kind of give you the side eye.
With their little googly eyes. Or at the very least, I'd like them not on me head.
Where else would you like them?
Not on me head.
Maybe like
Anywhere else.
elbow or a knee.
Not
bone.
on my person.
Like in a bucket.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do.
You can keep the worms in a bucket, no problem.
I should suppose that it would be difficult to style them.
I brush them.
The two,
I think you pulled them off quite
three of the
well.
ones in the back kind of coiled together in like a small braid.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So that's classy, that is.
It's the
But
smartest I've been all week.
but two at the side are belligerent to kind of just wiggle.
Mhm.
Opa, I believe you said you were a philosopher.
Indeed.
Tell me about it. Where do you study?
So I sort of approached philosophy as a branch of anthropology. So I guess I'm sort of an eclectic in that sense. I think that we can best understand our world by going out and sort of amalgamating what we can of the knowledge that others have and that they're able to share. So by better understanding the world around us, we better understand ourselves.
How are you finding that?
Well, I've been enjoying it. It's been a nice way to spend my autumn years.
And have you learned much about the ourselves?
I think so. I think I've got a decent sense of self. But I think what's yet to come would be quite interesting.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
And there's always
do you have
enjoyment in the
any?
ephemeral.
Do you have any ideas on morality? Say murder.
Murder, you say?
Alright, Jesus.
I'm gonna pour another glass of this lump wine.
No, the same.
I mean, that is kind of a whole branch within itself. There have been many interpretations about when and if it is all possible for it to be moral to take a life, or is it immoral to not to in certain situations? Like it sort of depends. I've encountered quite a few viewpoints on that over my years.
So you believe that there is room for debate?
Oh, of course. There is always room for debate.
I'm plucking a tense staccato on my bazooki as this conversation is happening.
But again, this is all still hypothetical.
Of course, of course.
Hypothetical. That fella has no idea what's going on.
Just
Did he like
eyes
see
wide,
something shiny in the background?
just eyes wide open, mouth agape, like
He's leaned back and is like his arms folded and is like nodding along, like, yeah.
I think I'm flowing into a Meath accent and I'm trying to hit Cardiff, so sorry.
I'm liking it though. It's great.
Well, actually, in this universe, those two places are next door, so it's fine.
Yeah. Completely fine.
Caliandra, is it?
Yes.
Your playing is quite spectacular.
I
How
know.
long have you been? How long have you been a musician for?
Well, since I was young. Suppose on I started being professional recently.
You play very beautifully. Do you have any particular songs that you like to perform, or is it spur of the moment?
As the situation calls for it.
Moment.
And I
Cavan
shake
accent.
my... Cavan? I'm so glad you got it. I was worried people wouldn't get that it was Cavan.
Every time my friend from college says she's gone to Cavan for the weekend or whatever because she's from there, I was like, "Oh, you went to Cavan, did you?"
Cavan?
It's so fun. I just abuse it now.
Leaving certain Irish rural flashbacks.
That was Donegal.
hello, I am Kevin.
Um,
Donegal.
you do play very beautifully. Did I notice the tambourine there also?
I shake my tambourine at you. It has
Beautiful.
bells that jingle.
I like the ribbons.
Oh, thank you. They match my worms. It's not intentional. The worms came
Yes,
after.
they do.
Oh, that worked out well.
I suppose you could say that.
As you're all kind of talking and getting to know each other, after what kind of seemed like
I'm gonna make a second con save.
and
Oh yeah.
no, I think after like the 16, you're good. You can drink another
I got
glass
it.
of it.
But I got a
You got
nat
it.
20.
Oh, you can drink the rest of this. You're fucking fine.
I will.
You're lit. You're good, man. You're here to party.
Every single time I get tense, I'm gonna have another glass.
But
I think I'll
as you're,
join
as
you
you're,
in that, Yuri.
as you're all kind of drinking and loosening up and kind of talking and getting to know each other, after what sounds like a slightly kind of hushed, heated debate from the table over, which Kira had pointed out to you was full of hunters who had previously tried to take down the boar. One of them gets up and approaches your table. This as a very kind of a stocky dwarf with a very big bustly long beard. He looks beat up to shit, like scarred, bruised, like a big old black eye. And he walks over and he takes his hat off and he's like, "Oh, pardon me, but I couldn't help but I couldn't help but overhear you talking with Kira there about you're trying to go and hunt the boar. Is this correct?"
Board. Oh yes, yeah. I did think about that. Yeah. It was a boar, right?
Yes, it's a mighty boar. It's a cursed being. I'd feel it strongly in my will to warn you about it. It is a mighty foe. As you can clearly see by the injuries on my skin, it has rightly fucked us up. It is a cursed beast.
Are you sure you're not just terrible at combat?
Oh?
Oh,
Well, I am hurt in both body and spirit, and That is a blow that cuts deep, I must say, my good lady. But
No,
I
no offense
I don't
intended, of course.
I don't just die. Oh. He looks deeply upset.
Uh,
I didn't just approach to give you the warning. I approach because when me and my comrades there went out to hunt the boar earlier today, we lost a dear friend to it. We were hunting it, and we thought we had it on the rocks, but it came at us with a great old charge and took him with a tusk and ran off deep into the
Sorry
forest.
to hear that, mate.
It is a tragedy. What
Sorry. Did you?
I suppose I ask is that if by the grace of the five you do end up taking down this cursed being, I would ask that you find my friend's body and would bring it back to us so we can give the boy a proper burial.
No worries, mate. We can
Of
do our
course.
best.
and
Okay.
your forethought is very kind.
I've already taken off my hat, so I doff me head to you. he bows.
Adorable.
I'm going to wallow in the sadness of.
I'm gonna hold up a glass of. I'm gonna hold up the bottle and like sort of gesture.
Oh, you are mighty. He just takes them all. He's like, you are mighty kind, sir. This will help in healing the wounds of the boar and the wounds of the fine young lady there. And he walks off.
Yeah.
All right, then I take out the one that Kira didn't take. And I was like, all right, cool. I keep going.
And just like, and you just sort of see him. You just see him like take a swig of it and immediately just runs outside to puke.
Can I ask?
Some people cannot hack the fish. That is their problem, and they're burden to bear.
Those of you with a passive perception over 13 can hear just vomiting and weeping.
I don't.
Can I ask?
I
Is
don't
it
do that.
nighttime outside?
What?
Is it nighttime outside?
It's getting late. Like the sun is just setting.
Are the stars just coming up?
Oh shit.
You know what? Like, give it another hour. Like the sun's still like pretty low.
And Nefel looks over his shoulder out the window at the sky and goes, and looks back to the table. To continue the conversation.
I will say, Nefel's as it gets later, Nefel's patterns do start glowing slightly more.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little shimmery.
Just like it's as time has gone on, it started it's started becoming more noticeable.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm definitely gonna look at it and be like distracted by like a cat at like a little like glint of light every so often. I'm just gonna and I'm gonna try and call over Adrian again if he's walking around. I'm gonna try and make eye contact when he's walking by. When you're waiting for the server to notice you. You just sort of like
no. He comes over. He is not making eye contact. He looks at. Oh, what can I do for you, master, sir, master? My good sir.
I would like to inquire if you have any oats for sale.
Like a porridge.
However many oats you would have to spare, in a solid form, not a liquid.
Well, I suppose we got bags. We got.
I would appreciate it very much if I could purchase 2 bags of oats.
Like feed oats, yeah. I got.
Well, lots of people can eat them. It does not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand, sir. Please, yes, I get that too. Yeah. That's I'd say about 2 bags, 2 silver for the bags of oats. Do you want them?
Yes, I have that.
I
Eat
think
me at a house and home.
do you want them brought to your room, or do you want them put outside?
I put one outside. I put one. I'll put them both in the cart, if you may, if you please. If you could feed my mule also a handful, I would appreciate it.
Doesn't bite, does he?
Oh no.
Okay, good. He looks down.
He is.
He just- he just
I
like-
I try and catch his eye, and it's like he is very stupid. You will be fine.
he starts kind of like almost compulsively rubbing his hand. He's like, "Oh, okay, well,
and
that's
I give him
good
the
to
2
know.
silver.
Thank you kindly, my good sir." And he goes off then to the back.
I forgot to stop off at Ye Olde Pet Store on my way here.
Mm-hmm.
You have a mule then?
Yeah, it's parked outside.
And tell me, NFL leans on his hand. What does it feel, love?
We've never spoken about it before, but if any of you have any things that are too heavy to carry on your back or too precious to be left on your body, feel free to leave them in.
Precious belongings. Interesting concept.
You know, things that you don't want to lose that might
Don't
get damaged if you
want
get
to.
hurt.
Huh.
Very sweet of you.
Interesting idea.
I've got my own horse out there as well. Good old
Oh?
Nigel.
You have a horse.
I do.
My.
You have a horse outside.
Fuck your Honda
I do
Civic.
indeed.
In my head, I'm going, little rich girl over here.
It cost 75 GPs, which was most of the money I had. That's not
It's-
fair.
oh, Jerry already knows how much a horse costs. Don't even worry about it. What kind
Jerry's
of
gonna
horse
pawn
do
your
you
horse.
have?
I have got myself a fine riding horse. I used to be able to
Oh,
make
my.
quite long distances upon my wings, and I can still do that from time to time, but if I'm to be traveling as I expect us to be doing during the course of this boar hunt, I would rather not have to do that by wing alone.
And of course, they can carry all of your things.
That is true. And Nigel is a faithful horse. What, pray tell me, does your mule have a name?
No.
That's a no from me.
And tell us, big guy, what do you do?
Oh, I'm from the Temple of the Five.
Sorry, Ghosties.
Sort of temple duties, whatever needs doing. Polishing the floors, tending to the shrines, lighting the candles and the incense. Steaming all the prayer clothes, whatever. It's
I do
yeah.
love the 5. The swell lads.
Yes.
Hmm.
If I may ask, who do you receive your visions from? I believe you mentioned being a prophet earlier.
Oh yeah, visions. I guess I'm more of a. I kind of read the stars.
Oh,
Visions. Not so. I'm working. I'm kind of self-taught. It's kind of a recent enough hobby, although it has been years. But I guess I kind of lose track of time with all the wandering around. I guess I don't actually know how long it's been since I started this. Did I answer your question?
yes. Even if you are a novice, if this is what you to do, it is what you are fated to do, and I am sure you do it well.
Well, I
You
think
seem
faith is
competent and in control.
That's control. Now that's something I'm trying to get more of. Fate is a fickle beast. You know, you can be fated for one thing, but like, what if you don't want to? You know, like, oh, that sounds don't want to do that. I'm working on it. I'm sure it'll be fine. He looks out the window again to check the stars are up.
Hey, you're starting to see some completions.
Okay. I have a feeling things are going to be all right.
Pardon me if this might be too morbid for polite conversation, but considering the murder discussion earlier, I feel like it might be appropriate. Does anybody have any rights or requests that they want to get forward should anything happen to them? Is there something we should be aware of if you get knocked out? I did not mean to taint the conversation, but just in case there's,
I suppose I'd ideally like you to intervene before I die.
mhm.
Would be my main thing.
I will do my best, but
But I suppose once I'm dead, yeah, just I don't know, fuck me off a cliff or something. I don't know.
okay.
I'm gonna take out a piece of parchment from my backpack, and as well as a bottle of ink and the ink pen, and I'm gonna scroll the name of my nephew and his last known address, and I'm going to give it to Jerry. Then just be like, if I am to pass away, then you can leave me. I would prefer just just lightly under the ground. You needn't build a coffin or anything, but if you wouldn't mind informing my dear little nephew there of my passing, should it come to that.
Yes, of course. And does your horse have a will and testament also?
Oh my god.
It's important to ask.
Hey Kev.
Yeah.
Does my horse have family?
You know what? They came out of someone. They don't know them now.
What a tragic life Nigel has led.
Nigel's just been vibing, He's doing all right.
No, I should think that if I were to pass away, then
all your possessions go to Nigel.
Yes, and Nigel
The
will
horse?
go to my nephew.
Jerry, if you die, do we give all your
Yes.
possessions to your mule?
Oh, no. If please, I would ask that you give all my belongings back to the temple, including the mule.
So the mule's on your own then?
No, I purchased this mule.
Oh, okay.
No, I purchased them. It is my mule. But should something happen to me, I would want my resources to go back to go back to the temple. Hello?
Muted.
There we go.
Well, if we're all good for it, I think I'm going to go and turn in. It's been a long journey from Trust to here, so I think I'm going to get some rest. But stay up, enjoy yourselves. See you in the morning.
Sleep well, Opa.
Good night.
Me too, mate. I'm gonna hit the high myself.
Two
That's
will be
fine.
leaving.
All right, good night.
Everyone, or is anyone staying up?
The fellow would like to stargaze before going to bed and also roll his
Yep.
bedtime ritual.
Yep.
If you're gonna go out and stargaze, I'm gonna go out and vibe too.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to go to bed yet. I think I'm like tense, and I'm gonna stay awake drinking for as long as I can.
That is completely.
Hey, Louise, I am going to send you on a dock later with some stuff.
Okay.
But roll your d20.
Okay.
And I will get you.
I got
something
5.
Ritual.
5. Okay, you're gonna have to roll that d4 then.
God damn it. I got 4.
Hold on while I pull up what the goddamn
Fuck.
thing
I
was.
can't believe I did this the first time.
Louise, would you like to explain to the group?
Yeah, okay. So Nafel is maybe a very forgetful man. So we came up with a table. I think it is 5 or less. He forgets something, kind of just small or like nothing much, but he forgets a small thing. He should be remembering. And then if he gets in that one, he forgets something important, like to
Oh
sleep
God.
or like his main weapon or something.
Oh no.
Okay,
He doesn't
I'll-
really. He doesn't think of possessions the same way most people do. He kind of just forgets he's meant to bring his stuff with him so that he can still have his stuff.
Okay, we're gonna resolve that later when you wake up.
Fine, great. Great.
But if you're going out, where the I just had this open. God damn it.
Are you going outside to smoke? Where are you going?
Oh,
not
I
going to bed
just
yet.
sorry. I should have said. I've noticed that the stars are fully out, and I was kind of gonna just go look at them for a while.
May I join you?
Of course, yeah. You're more than welcome.
Louise, you have the star chart in front of you. Is there a particular constellation you are looking out for?
Well, he can see everything because it's passive perception.
If you
so
okay.
goddamn high.
If you want if you want to roll a d20, then I can just give you one.
Yeah. 7.
Okay, hang on. You spot the constellation of the Centaur. And if you hang on for 1 second.
Oh.
Nafel becomes a centaur.
I wish.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay.
Session 1, change your race.
I'm an elder myself.
You all wake up and you guys are centaurs now.
Will I still have the worm hair?
Yes.
Damn it.
It's like when fucking cartoon characters get transformed into animals or whatever else, but they still have whatever their most defining feature is.
Yeah.
as, like,
Yes.
still present.
So
Oh boy, Callie's not going to be happy about that being her defining feature.
so for kind of the record for everyone, it's commonly the constellations are most commonly used as indicators of direction when sailing.
Oh yeah.
So each different constellation leads to a different island in the archipelago, but each one bears with them their own story.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lore.
Jury, if you want to, I could tell you about one of the constellations.
As soon as I've stepped outside, it's like usually when you've been drinking, like it's in like
Oh no.
the fresh air, like the fresh air hits, and you just fuck. So I'm just like, I take a sec, and I like fall back a little. And then I'm like, yeah, of course, yeah. And then I go and sit down immediately, and I'm zoned the fuck out.
Here.
Yeah.
Where'd your French accent go?
Nafel's trying to half tell the story of the constellation and like half make sure that Jury is okay and upright.
No, I am like this because I want to be. No. You
You see those 2 groups of stars up there? They're sometimes called
yes.
the Centaur and the Scorpion, after a very old tale. I learned when I was sailing. I used to have a boat, Never mind, that's not
You
talking
used to
about
have
Don't
a
worry
boat.
about it.
I very recently had the boat. I don't know where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's still afloat. So I still technically do have a boat somewhere.
They'll get you with the harboring prices. That's the problem.
I think the thing is, and he pulls out a pin from a belaying pin. Is that what it's called? Hold on, I have it in my notes. Yeah, a belaying pin from his backpack, and he's like, yeah, I have this with me, which I shouldn't because I should have used this to tie the
Um,
boat somewhere, which is
Phil, I
not.
have to be completely honest with you. I have no idea what you're holding right now.
That's that's. I shouldn't have this. Basically, if I was a good boat owner, this would not be in my hand. He puts it away. Anyway, so the centaur and the scorpion. A centaur came across a scorpion stuck in a puddle of mud. The scorpion begged for help, but the centaur was afraid of getting stung, so he trotted away and left her to die. Yeah. A gust of wind blew a branch into the puddle, and the scorpion was left to scramble along and escape. And then she followed the centaur's hoof prints, seeking revenge on the selfish beast that had refused to help her. She did find the centaur sleeping in a shady glen and stung him in his throat.
It's a beautiful story.
Yeah, as little venom coursed through his veins, the centaur
my.
thrashed him out until one of his hooves landed on the scorpion, crushing her to death.
Oh no.
And yeah, I think it's I think the centaur kind of, with his dying breath, said, "If you hadn't sought revenge, we both would have lived." And the
Oh.
scorpion replied, "If you had helped me, I wouldn't have sought revenge."
Oh.
It was kind of a catch. I don't know what I was going to say after catch.
It's an interesting tale. Do you think this is one of because I sort of gesture up, but I sort of accidentally slap myself as I'm doing it. If you're seeing it up there, do you think that's fated to what we'll be doing tomorrow?
Fate.
Did you foresee any of this?
Oh, foresee. Fate is a. I would like to subtly cast. Hold on.
What the fuck are you? Okay, yeah.
What's it called? Kev, you know what I'm doing.
What?
Yeah, you do. Thaumaturgy, is that the one? The one that I can make my eyes glow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna cast like suggestion or something. I was freaking out. Anyway.
No. He just wants to be more impressive than he is.
Okay.
He makes his eyes. Okay, so Nefel does have like light purpley eyes, which if you look in closely also have kind of little constellations in them, and he makes them kind of glow a little bit, and he looks up like kind of fake knowingly at the stars and goes like, "Yes, fate, destiny, it's all written up there. Could this mean that we're about to set in motion a chain of events that will ultimately end in our own demise? Possibly.
Shit.
But also, possibly not."
That is. Jerry's pretty entranced. He's like, that is very poignant. Yes. Well, if it is what we are called to do, it is what we are called to do, and we must trust whatever the stars or those above that believe us that we need to do.
Yes. Although you do have to wonder if sometimes the prophecies are going to happen the way they say they are. Because sometimes you don't want them to happen they say they will.
That is always the catch. But hopefully we might be a bit more successful in our quest for revenge.
Yes, I hope so. I do hope so. I hate to die in the wrong way.
Very suddenly breaking up this very solemn moment of self-reflection and looking towards the future. The moment is stunned as you notice the dwarf who you had given the bottle of wine to rolls over on the ground away from the pile of puke that they were sleeping in and just starts snoring very loudly.
Maybe he has the right idea. Charming fellow.
Can't be that right, Ian. And, he ended up very deep in puke. Clearly this was not meant to be.
Or was it meant to be? Maybe he's living the life we're all meant to live. You know, you just gotta think about it sometimes.
No, I don't think we do, and I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm just imagining, like there's the picture of that blind owl with like constellation eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm assuming is that what like the eyes look like then for Nefel?
Oh yeah, when they glow over, yeah, they'll be all
Cool.
constellation.
So into this.
So, you all go to bed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nefel sleeps outside.
Oh, jeez. Fucking himbo.
He loves the sky so much. He loves the night sky. He doesn't want to be indoors at night.
Next to the pukey dwarf, or like away from the pukey dwarf?
Oh, why wouldn't he? The Pukey Dwarf was a nice fellow, and he's been through some
Okay,
hard
yeah.
times. I
You
think
know
he,
what?
yeah, right
You got me
beside
there. So, you all go to bed, as by the request of Kira. You all will wake up at, the break of dawn. And as you all file downstairs, you find Kira currently talking to two wood elf twins. It's like, oh, splendid. Well, mostly everyone's here. The starry fellow seems to be missing. Nefel, here. I'm sure he'll come along. I'm sure he'll come along shortly. So, as I mentioned last night, these two fine gentlemen are the hunters I mentioned yesterday. Everybody, say hello to Taneus and Javon. And the two twins just simultaneously just kind of like put their hands like, hi. So, as it is a long day of hunting and chasing, I believe we should probably get ourselves at least ready for the day ahead. Javon, do you want to go and check on the cart? And he's like, yeah. And Javon walks out, pokes his head back in. He's like, I found your friend.
Oh,
Morning to you.
And yeah, Nefel just splayed out on the ground outside.
Oh, what a beautiful morning!
Did you
you
sleep
all-
here?
Oh yes. Did you not?
I'm not looking at you anymore.
You all head outside, yep?
Already there.
Yeah.
Everybody but Nefel, give me a perception check.
oh,
Perception. Perception.
reception.
Oh fuck, I'm putting in the wrong one.
Oh yeah, D&D chat, please.
Yeah, my bad. We did that earlier as well.
9.
That's
15.
18.
God, I love being blind again. I see nothing.
What is your perception modifier?
1.
Got 2?
Oh, I've got a -1. Ha.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Cal, Juno, and Atalanta, you all notice that Nefel is not wearing any shoes.
Okay.
Classic.
Was he wearing them earlier?
Oh, he was wearing them last night.
Oh.
Oh no!
Happened out at party.
Hmm?
Oh wait, I didn't notice. Never mind. I take it back.
Right, shall we get going?
So Kira is yes, sooner the better, of course, naturally. Yes. So, Lord, and she, herself, Taneus and Javon all have got pretty standard kind of workhorses. They all mount up. It's like onward, and they start trotting along. So as you all make your way northward, which actually, by the way, so Opa's, I'm assuming, getting on the horse.
I'm getting
Are the
on-
rest of you?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're getting. I'm assuming, yeah, you're probably mounting up on horse. Are the rest of you then going by foot, or are you going to get into the carriage?
I'm gonna get into my wagon and I'm gonna sit up front in like driver's seat and I'm gonna put like my pack on like the shotgun seat and it's like and I'm gonna offer to give anybody I'm just gonna gesture to offer to get for people to get in the back if they want.
I hop in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, hop in the back. I hop in that back.
Oh,
Wants us to see what Opa's doing.
Oh, I'm getting on top of my very fine horse. I like use my wings to sort of like do a single leap onto I've forgotten the name of my horse.
Nigel.
Sorry, Nigel. To
Nigel.
hop onto Nigel's back. And I'm going to follow behind at a trot.
May I
Atlanta's jumping onto the cart then.
do some sort of check to see, like, I don't know if it would be like perception or like animal handling to see just like how expensive Nigel would have been.
Oh, you can absolutely do that, dear.
So what would that be? Animal handling? Because I guess it's animal knowledge, or would that be survival?
I think that would be animal handling.
So it's a 17.
So Nigel is a very fine Arabian horse.
Fuck.
Is he a lost prince?
No, he seems like he has been in Opa's service for a couple years now. Right where Opa is sitting is a very fine riding saddle with nicely organized saddlebags on either side. That you would assume is where she is carrying the feed for Nigel and whatever rations she might be taking with her, so she needn't carry that on her back. Nigel, when compared beside your mule, it is a prince and pauper.
Night and day. Night and day.
No.
Yeah, the back of my cart, it's all like there's no bags. It's all just out in the middle. I have like bags of salt and fishing tackle and incense and like a small little box and a shovel. And it's like, you can just move those things if you need to.
So everyone is hopping in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So as you make your way north to the Heartlands, you pass by many ravaged settlements, all by the boar.
Kev, you're breaking up there for a sec.
You're being Mr. Roboto.
Am I good? How's it sounding? Okay. What if I close a Chrome tab?
Yeah.
Hi. Am I good?
That's
No.
better than it was, but still not great.
Let's see if I close this Excel tab. Here you go.
I've
I've got a lot of shit to open. I have a lot of shit. Yo, better, worse.
It's kind of just coming in and out.
It's grand.
Yeah, I think
Oh, you're not
it's,
fine.
I think it's better.
it's better now.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try and run with this because there's nothing else. Well, no, I could close that.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. I've closed everything I can. Hey man, this shit I gotta have open this in advance.
Yeah,
I
sure.
understand.
Okay. So as you make your way northward, Heartlands, and ravaged farms
No.
and
That's
settlements,
gonna
Very
God
bad.
fucking gee.
Every time you
Now
try
you're
and
just gone.
explain things.
Oh, he's gone. Well,
No DM.
Hey, chaos!
Quick, the DM's gone. Everybody do weird shit.
Eric
Oh, guys,
sounds
we all
so
leveled up.
happy.
Oh.
hello. Hi, Nathan.
Hello.
Let's try that again there now, Kev.
So as you make your way northward into Heartland, you pass farms and settlements, all attacked by the boar. The rocks and trees along the road gouged by its tusks, leaving ragged dead trees. Carry-on crows feed, picking at the bodies of
It's bad. It's
It's
bad.
bad.
It's not
It's
great,
It's
man.
untenable.
Yeah.
It is a noticeable amount of damage.
There we
This
go.
is this isn't just wild. This thing is doing some serious damage. So, as we begin kind of going around the areas, I'm going to get you to do a group survival.
Okay.
So how group checks work, and the 3 NPCs with are gonna do this. So how it works is more than half of you have to pass. What, 6, 9? So five of you pass the survival check.
Okay.
Okay.
So everyone roll survival.
That is a lovely 17.
I got 3. So I've got 3 passes on my end.
I got 10.
I got a 5.
13.
Oh boy.
I got a 14. What does that mean?
It's an so as you know, you kind of
Wait,
go.
hold on.
Oh, Sin, pardon me.
Finn
It's,
could save us all.
You said survival, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Survival.
it's under wisdom.
Oh, thank you. That was plus 0 anyway. 15. Sorry, I'll write that down. There you go.
Oh yeah, like it's as if you are all born hunter-gatherer trackers, and hardly needing either Tass or Javon. Like you both, all of you spread out in the main settlement that you come across that's been completely ravaged, and some of you, you go in direction the tusk wrenches, and you find clips of its fur on various edges and bristles, and you find like blood tracks and kind of leading off in a particular direction. Even you catch the whiff of death in the air coming as the wind passes, and it is with how successful you were all together as a unit. It is almost before midday before you have a very solid direction as to the trajectory of this boar. Now, so without even having to consult with anyone, you trudge off then deep into the forest, and until you come upon a hilly cave, where you just outside of it, you just see a very noticeable streak of blood just coming from the inside into the cave, and immediately most of you can clock that this is probably the boar's den.
Very well. I'm going to take out a small piece of cured leather, and I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself. So she sort of chants something under her breath, and then like these tiny little spheres of light sort of float off of her, the way that water when it's evaporating sort of comes off the ground. And yeah, she's now surrounded by Mage Armor.
Yeah, so Atlanta's gonna draw her short sword.
Awesome. Do you harness up all the mounts and steeds? Because Kira, Javon, and Tanais have all kind of go and tie the horses off a little bit off from the cave entrance.
Yeah, I think so.
And Tanais, as you kind of all are while Opa's prepping her spell and Atalanta's just fucking pulling her sword ready to fuck shit up. He goes, "You think we should? I believe we should set trap."
Real quick. They were saying the boar. That I think it's under an influence of something. It's
We people believe that that boar is sent by Sidon, mighty titan. It is
Okay.
cursed boar.
Cursed boar. Yeah, okay. Nefel's gonna go to like the kind of near the mountain of the cave. Is that where we're at? And cast detect magic. So for the duration, you can sense a presence of magic within 3 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, blah blah blah. You see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in that area that bears magic. And learn its school of magic, if any. I tried that. It's concentration up to 10 minutes. So if we start walking around, I should be able to keep it on and know if there's magic within 30 feet. I think.
Yeah, hold on one sec.
It can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a tin sheet of lead, and
3 feet of wood or dirt.
yeah. Sorry, I think when I pasted this in, it says an owl 3 feet of wood or dirt, but I don't think that pasted in right.
Ah, jeez. Why is this book so big?
Nerd.
Why don't I have these things bookmarked? Ha.
That was a very clever application of magic there. Well,
I'm just trying to figure out where this thing's at.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
Mhm.
No, never mind. Wait. No, do mine. Okay. And I also, because I am a nymph, I have a blessing of foresight. So, detect magic is the first level divination ritual, and whenever I use my divination spells, starting first level, use divination spectrals from future events. Whenever you cast divination spell of first level or higher, choose one creature you can see. That creature gains temporary hit points equal to your wisdom modifier plus your cleric level, which is 5 altogether. No wait, it's 6. 6 altogether. So I will give that to who looks squishy. I guess the bar. I'll give it to the worm bard.
Oh, thank you.
So that is a +6 to your
temporary
+6
hit
to
points.
your temporary hit points.
Nice. Yes, so as you cast your detect magic and just kind of put out the magical feelers for anything magical. It doesn't give you actually. It doesn't give you what does detect magic tell you about the magic actually?
You sense magic. No, okay, so I see a faint aura around a creature or object that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
School of magic. Okay. So you.
But Nefel never went to school, so maybe he doesn't know that part.
So you put the feelers out there, and yeah, you immediately get a ping deep in the back of the cave, where you can quite visibly see the outline of a large, vicious beast. And you can immediately, like, almost with the stench of death in the air, you can tell that the magic being used here is necromancy.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, well, okay. So I can see. Yeah, it's there. It's there. I am. What's the word for this? It's kind of like a, magic-y, it wasn't. It's not alive quite, but it's not quite dead. What's it? It's like a in between. I'm getting like a vibe off it. Yeah, it's like a bad vibe, like a bad magic vibe off it.
Okay, everybody make for me perception checks with advantage.
Ooh.
Okay.
Perception. Well, what would that be for me? Because that's I'm still a +0 on wisdom.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
that
it
advantage.
would still be 0. Oh my god.
Shite.
That's with advantage.
That's with
It was a
disadvantage.
3 beforehand.
I got a 2 and a 7.
I got a 4.
13.
Oh, 4-2. Oh my god, we're such paladin buddies.
Oh my god. I rolled a nat 1 and a 14, so.
Oh, wow, guys.
Nice.
I got 21.
What?
Okay.
Oh my god, he can see so
Do
much.
these rely on smell? Important question.
Yeah, I'll say smell is a big part.
So then I have advantage on perception checks that rely on smell. So should I roll again?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
That's rule of thumb. I'm not stacking advantage to disadvantage.
Cool. Hello?
Hello.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm here. Yeah.
No, it cut out for me midway through you talking. Anyways.
Okay.
Tell us what happens, Baka. What do
Christ
I
almighty.
see?
Hang on.
What do your nymph eyes see?
What do my
Fucking.
nymphs?
Okay.
I also have dark vision to 6 feet, if that helps. I see.
Well, who doesn't have dark vision?
Okay. Hang
Pearl.
on. I'm still
Trying to call people out.
I'm still running some numbers here.
Well, Kev's running the numbers. Can anybody not see in the dark?
Yeah, who can't see in the dark?
I can't.
Oh no!
I don't think I can.
Oh no, that's a sacrifice you make when you take to disguise, though, is you lose your ability to go underground.
That is true.
So, remind me, what were Jury and Opa's rolls?
4.
8.
4, 8. So, as you're all listening to as Nefel casts detect magic and puts out the feelers, and as he turns to tell you to explain to you that there's some fucking bad juju in there,
Bad mojo
immediately, immediately, the boar rushes out just rushes headfirst out of the cave, and without a split second to think of it, gores Javon.
Oh no!
Just straight through, dead.
Oh!
Pins him to a tree. Ruckuses, smashes a tree down, and just kind of brays and damps. And everybody, barring Atalanta and Nefel, are surprised by this.
Crikey.
And I think we will pick up on the combat next session.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Someone did die the first session. You lied.
You're a dirty liar.
No, it was a twist.
Okay, does everyone want to see what Juno looks like then?
Wait, hang on. Do we need to?
I-
Do we still need to do the
Yes.
episode titles?
Guys, we should probably wrap before.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember.
Sorry, dear
This
viewers.
is yes, dear viewer. This is the end of session 1. Join us next week
Session.
for more thrilling adventure.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're all gonna die.
Good night.
But in a fun way.